I had a startup idea and I killed it in 20 minutes. But then it came back, something larger and stranger. And now a man who died in 1910 sends me messages. This man's presence deserves some explanation. He was informed by someone who has seen me through publishing, the intersection of publishing with technology, and now with video production. And now he subscribes, which to me means I need to up my game. And to explain why Mark Twain is texting me and why I think this might be a new kind of authorship, I have to start with a business idea. A bad one, mine. Here is the idea. The public domain is the largest free content library on earth. Tens of thousands of books sitting in Project Gutenberg costing nothing. And every morning, billions of people open their phones and read garbage in their news feed. So, a daily feed from the classics. Curated passages delivered by a bot wherever you already are. It's a mindful alternative to doom scrolling. The corpus is free, the distribution is free. What could be wrong? Well, I've been part of 9 startups. I know that feeling when an idea is so charming you start decorating it before you've inspected the foundation. So before I went any further, I did the thing I'd want any founder to do. I pitched it to the harshest room I could find. Investor, customer, partner, and I asked them to kill it. The plan was to make money recommending books and getting an affiliate fee from the current publisher. Book affiliate commissions, though, run 4 to 10%, and on a $12 to $18 product, call it $1 a sale. To make even $60,000 in a year, I need tens of thousands of purchases from an audience that I had specifically recruited because they like reading books for free. I would have built an audience optimized to not buy my own product. That's not a flaw in execution, that's a flaw in the thesis. So I went back to the drawing board. Let's look at publishing as it used to be, given that this is a new publishing age. Well, in the 1880s, setting type for newspapers and books and advertising leaflets was about to change. This was the process of taking each letter and sticking it into a group of letters that ended up being on a stamp that printed on paper. And Mark Twain saw a new page automated system designed to mimic the tedious work of human typesetters. He funded the machine's development, paying James Page over years, over $1 million of his own royalties and his wife's inheritance. And when his publishing ventures faltered, he was driven himself into bankruptcy. And now there is only one of these Page machines, and it's in a museum. The competitor, Otmar Mergenthaler, created a similarly functioning machine called the Linotype that has become a mainstay in publishing of all sorts because it's far simpler to use and to repair and to maintain. James Page ended up broke in a poorhouse and dead 30 years after applying for the patent on his machine, and that only machine is at the Mark Twain home in Hartford, Connecticut. So here's the part for the business side of this. The cost of stress testing an idea has collapsed to nothing. The harsh investor, the unimpressed customer, the skeptical board member, they're all available on demand through this typewriter publishing platform, correspondent that talks back to you as you work. And before you spend $1 or lose a weekend, the expensive mistake used to be building the wrong thing. Now the only expensive mistake is refusing to ask. But this idea wouldn't stay dead because one piece of it kept twitching. I've been playing with Poke, one of those AI services that messages you wherever you are, and I realized that everything wrong with my feed idea was the word feed. A feed is passive. A feed has no idea who you are. Nobody ever felt missed by a feed. But a letter is addressed. A letter arrives because someone was thinking about you. Just like that letter I got from Huntington that I committed into my corpus that then generated a message from S.L. Clements. So my original question just changed shape. Not how do I deliver the classes to subscribers, but what if one author, one voice, with his complete works, his letters, his notebooks behind him, read my week? What if that author saw my videos, my newsletter on Substack, my obsessions, and wrote to me about it, not some chatbot? And this image up here in the corner of the snake eating his tail is a loop where the future generates the future again. If this system of agents that I've built becomes a new kind of typewriter, I want to learn how to use it. Already I can see that it surfaces items I might well have overlooked before. Over the next few episodes, how does a mere mortal, no engineering degree, just these new tools, how does that person wrangle a corpus made up of markdown files? How does he become a bystander to what surfaces? And how does he build a memory that grows to become the steps to the future? All this while trying to keep a dead man's letters from becoming a gimmick. I genuinely don't know if it will work, but that is the season.